Today we're going to continue looking at Daniel chapter 1, and I was going to look at verse 6 and 7. And the key thing we see in verse 6 and 7 is just talking about Daniel and his three brothers, right? And we see their names, their original names, and we saw that the name was changed, and what comes to mind from those two verses is just discussing what's the big deal about a name, what's important about the name, why is a name important, not important, over the years we changed their names, about issues, twins, someone is called Kehinde, the other one is called Taiwo. When Kehinde begins to have a problem, it feels like it's sort of a name that is troubling him or her. So they change from Kehinde, my friend changed from Kehinde to Victor, or an So, but other people have Kehinde and they are prospering. So it's not a strange thing. People change the name because they think they are not prospering. Others carry the name and they are prospering. So, I mean, people have names with Ifa, Ishukemi, Ogusami, some change it, some don't, right? What's Bakare again? Tunde Bakare, right? He doesn't have that. But people that carry those names, and then those that change it, right? So it depends on the importance you place to it, first of all. It's what comes to your mind, I guess, how you hear it. What's the mind of you, right? Anyone has something to say about that? What's your mind?
Yeah, praise God. I want to liken this to a donor who decided to donate for a little child with leukemia, and the donor decided not to mention his name. He just wants to do it in a silent way. Some people are there, they're not willing to go through what people will call fame or whatever. But do you know that we have a donor, who is Jesus Christ, who gave his blood, he gave his life, and he wouldn't mind if everybody will carry that cross and carry it for Christ's sake. So when you talk of names, it all depends on what you view. Your view about name matters. For Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they decided to take these different names because they want to belong, and they want to follow due process, so that at the end of it all, it will be said that there is no special thing attached to the name. But the fact is, what they attach themselves to that is greater than that name will work to favor them. So in the line of a believer, I think name, it could have meaning depending on the meaning you mentioned on it. My own name, my surname, my husband's name is Akintunde. Even though he called that his first name, but it's just silent. And by the time I got married to him, I decided to make it Akintunde, the son of Ige. I mentioned it together, Akintunde Ige. Why Akintunde? Akintunde happened to be a name that was named after a child had come and died after 3 years. But the fact is, when you say Akin, he's a warrior. So if I count myself as a warrior for Christ, and here I come, so it works for me, and it's working for my family. So it all depends on how you view it. If you view yourself as Kehinde, and then you believe that the last is meant for the meaning of that Kehinde, they say Omo Kehinde Begbon. Even though you are the last out of the two, but we count you as the senior who gave the way for Omo Taiwo. So it all depends on your reasoning and spiritual understanding about names. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Let's give him 2 seconds to tell us why he changed the name.
Okay.
Hello?
Okay, are you talking to me? I didn't hear you. Okay, my opinion about name.
Yes.
Okay, We changed our surname from Oguyale to Olaide. My father's name is Olaide. His great grandpa's name, I don't know the guy, who worship Ogun that came home. So we told the Ogun not to come home again, to keep going straight. And excusing from the family because we're Christians and we feel we want that identity. Not because the name did us any wrong or anything or any kind of influence. It has nothing, no influence on me whatsoever, other than the influence that I put on it. But we just want an identity that represents what we believe. And so we decided that, okay, we can just let it go. Not because it has any influence on me whatsoever, not because it did any wrong whatsoever, nothing at all, other than identity. But we want identity that represents what we believe. So we say, Ogun, you are not you. And the whole family changed, actually. The entire family. Yes, Olaide right now.
Awesome. Our time is up, but God willing, this week we'll look at verse 6 and 7. I'll be talking more about names. What's in the name? God helping dissect that more.
Okay.
Oh, you want to say something?
Yes. I just wanted to quickly add that, when we got married also, we wanted to change our surname because I didn't really understand what Oshisonya meant. So my husband said he doesn't really understand, but it's like the Oshin is a god that it's like is the god that blesses them or something like that. So at the time we're bearing his own name, though not officially. We only write his own name as our surname. But after a while, we can't change everything at once because of family. With respect to official documents and all those other stuff. So, and I saw that, it's not having any effect on me anyway, because we waited for about 8.5 years before I had my child. So you think of every other possibility that is this the reason or so eventually we are still getting the name. We have our children and but like the other mentioned, it's what you believe in that you have. But certainly, if the surname is Eshubi, I will not bear that name. God knows, because that one is too bad. I mean, so there are some names they are just too negative. Oh my God.
Yeah. God helping us. We'll talk about it. Let me let you go. Have a great remaining afternoon. We'll meet tomorrow again. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks.